the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit to hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them. I'ma break them, I'm a Hall of Fame legend. They should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introduction.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him. Past the big skin, when he stretch a distance, I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I like she can count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bra. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different different vibe. Is you down to ride? Never tired. You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym. Hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. The shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Antonio Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
Let's go, let's go! Here we go, here we go! Touchdown! Watch the run, watch the run! Check three, check three, check three!
On first down, McQueen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Will Fuller, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. First carry now for Justice Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Switch gears. Go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now again, right side, McQueen. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
They'll run on 1st down. McQueen, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. McQueen. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
This is taken at about the 14. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. On 2nd down and 4, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McQueen. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. 53. Watch the out. Watch the out. 53 to Mike. 53. Go.
Jackson. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd down, Hill. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll try the left side. McQueen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
On first down, McQueen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 61 yards that time on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
On third down, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Touchdown, San Antonio.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Let's go now. 15 on it. 15 on it. Here we go. Here we go.
They begin the drive with Hill. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Give me that ball, people. Give me that ball.
Here's Jackson to throw. a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 at the 13-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. This one complete to Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Lorenzo Carter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Jackson. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. 52. Hey, check 24. Watch 20.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Hill. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Makes it 3rd and 8. Mike, let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thomas. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
90 Wolf. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thomas, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again, they run with Hill, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Lorenzo Carter. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. That's pulled in at the 32. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 2nd down now. It's Thomas, and the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold, because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Thomas. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Thomas. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Let it. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
And they take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do it.